It's a story about a man who, has lost purpose and now has an encounter. So, what does this mean to you? This story?
I'm quite always fascinated about human purpose, right? And I feel like even though this is not a faith-based film, it's an inspirational film more so. I find it interesting that we always try to define nature or God or purpose or whatever it is. And I feel like the one thing that's clear is that we can't define it, that our puny brains can't quite understand it, right? And so I try to create content that makes us invoke those thoughts, right? And that's what this is. But really, it's a story of redemption where a man who has lost his purpose can find that purpose back again in simple humanity, not necessarily in religion, which is what we always turn to, right? And so it's sort of switching it on its head that maybe your purpose can be found in humans and in relationships, as opposed to in things that. Yeah, so whether you believe in God or not, that's not what this tries to examine. It's trying to examine your belief in human beings.
So the next question I want to ask you is, what do you think? How do you think this contributes to this growing journey of Nigerian cinema?
I hope it not just contributes. I hope it shakes it up. I hope it raises the tide a bit in its own way. I believe that this is going to be one of the best films in Nigeria, and I hope people think so too. So I met Echo a few years ago, and we worked on a commercial together. And even though she was the talent in the commercial, I found that her contributions were really on the producer side. She was really contributing on all the creative work, on the costume work, on the production design. And so we really had a conversation about how producing goes and how we can bring that to bear. And we went and made many commercials together. She's a tour de force. She's so attention driven to detail. She's really creative, and from there we knew that once we got this deal from Amazon that we had to have her be the first person to help us produce it, and the result shows itself. I should explain that there are two separate deals. So we have two deals with Amazon. We have a commission deal and an output deal. On the commission deal, they fund everything. So what you're watching with Breath of Life is the first one on the commission deal, and the originals, and they fund all that head to toe. So we have no problem with funding with that. They do all that. Output deal means they're trying to give other filmmakers a chance to make things, and it takes time to sort of do the scripts, do the money, do all those things. So they say, fund people like us and say, go find other projects, put some infrastructure around them, help them grow, and then we come back and we pay you for that, right? And so that's what we're talking about, finding some funding for that in Nigeria. You know your country now. It's not always the easiest, but to be fair, nobody's job is easy everywhere in the world.